Now, new revelations in the ongoing procurement scandal at the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, continue to expose deep-seated financial mismanagement. Well, fresh findings indicate that despite the company's shipping department being denied funds for container clearance, a contract worth 206 million cedis was awarded to two external companies for the same tax. In 2023 alone, over 512 contracts were awarded to specific companies without a competitive bidding process. Well, we'll take you through all the details, and of course, Crosby Nobuanan is standing by with all the details for us. Crosby, can you tell us more?
Well, Judith, I'll tell you how we got here. Now, a backlog that started small, it has now ballooned into a major issue. But how did we get there? Let's break it down for you. Let's start from October 2023. Now, at the start, and I'm talking about October 2023, there were 20 pending containers waiting to be cleared. Then the ECG added some 1,302 new containers to the backlog, while 726 containers were successfully cleared. It means that 206 containers remained stuck at the port. Fast forward to December 2024, we're carrying that forward. Now, by the end of the year, the situation had worsened. ECG still had the 606 old containers, but instead of reducing the number, they brought in 2,430 new ones, with only 704 cleared. The number of pending containers then shot up to 2,332. Now, January 2025 this year, fast forward to the new year, and the backlog kept growing. ECG now had 2,332 containers pending. 174 new ones were added to the pile. And look at this, just 15 containers were cleared. It means that it left a total number of a staggering 2,491 uncleared containers at the port. Now, the numbers show a troubling trend. More containers kept coming in, but very few were being cleared. Let's move on to what we're talking about, the reason for the backlog. Now, the growing number of uncleared containers at the Tema port, it didn't just happen overnight. It comes down to one major decision that changed everything. I'll tell you about it. This is how it all started. ECG had a system in place. So that system, they allocated 5 million cedis every week to clear the containers. This ensured a steady flow, preventing any major backlog, like what we're seeing right now. This is where it went wrong. Now, in 2022, ECG stopped making these weekly payments. Without funds to clear the shipments, containers started piling up and the backlog kept growing. Now, the result, in 2025, ECG now has 491 uncleared containers, and turning what was once a manageable system into a full-blown crisis. This is what we're talking about, and will mean the missing containers. Let's talk about the numbers. Now, out of the 2,491 containers, ECG has failed to account for 1,328 of them. Now, that is a staggering number, and it is worth $489 million, and that's 53% of all the containers gone without a trace. Meanwhile, only 1,134 containers, that's about 46%, are confirmed to be at the port. Now, another 29 containers, and that's only just about 1%, that's reported to be en route coming into the country. The financial burden of ECG's container holdup isn't just about the backlog. It is also costing the company in huge sums when it comes to penalties. The damage is this, and I mean demurrage. Now, as of January 31 this year, ECG's demurrage cost at the Tema port, it had soared past 1.04 billion cedis. Now, this is extra money ECG has to pay for keeping the containers at the port, beyond, of course, the allowed free period, if you like. If we're talking about some more issues about the clearing of these containers. Now, even as ECG's containers piled up at the port due to lack of funds, a massive contract was awarded to private companies to clear them. The contract, a total of 200.6 million cedis was given to these companies. I'm talking about Mint Logistics Limited and One Dawots Bond Limited to clear the backlog of the containers. Now, the controversy is this. It happened despite ECG's own shipping department requesting funds to do the job, requests that were denied because of insufficient funds. So why was there no money when ECG's team asked, but millions suddenly appeared for private firms to deal with the situation? Now, to a major problem that arises from all of this, beyond the missing containers and financial mismanagement, there's another major issue, and I'm talking about procurement violations at the Electricity Company of Ghana. ECG repeatedly bypassed Ghana's Public Procurement Act. I'm talking about Act 663, 2003. Now, using an unapproved procurement manual instead of following legal guidelines to go through it, engaging in excessive single sourcing for high-value contracts without approval. Now, failing to provide any records showing that the Public Procurement Authority approved these contracts. That's a revelation that we're finding out from the report. The shocking rise in the numbers is this. Now, in 2022, ECG awarded 33 contracts through single sourcing. Now, by 2023, that number, it exploded to 512 contracts, making up a staggering 72.83% of all the contracts awarded in that year. Now, these are some of the very disturbing things that have come out of this huge and this whole, container stack at the Electricity Company of Ghana port. There are some recommendations that have been made in the report that ECG should go by the book and should correct the wrongs that have been made, Judith.